Hi, Kat here for Lightwave Digital. In this video, we're going to talk about portals and portal lights, specifically for area and for NGON lights. Portal lights are intended to assist environment lights with throwing more accurate amounts of rays through a small opening or gap in an interior. Working with our Photographer's Cove enclosure, you can see that I've got basically a nice soft cube as a layer 2, so it's been upgraded. Otherwise, we wouldn't see it. It would be something like this. This is what we were dealing with before. So all I've done is created another cube that's going to sit and become our new set piece. So I'm going to hide the first one from render, and I'm going to just hide it from the display in OpenGL. Okay, so this is what we've got now. Obviously, our area lights are a little bit outside of this, but we're not going to need them. So I'm going to turn the area lights off, and we're going to hide them from the view. And I'm also going to get rid of the rear spot and our hard point, which was in the middle. So basically, I only got the environment light for now. Okay, now that environment light can sit anywhere in a scene. It doesn't need to be, positioned anywhere. It can be rotated, but the backdrop needs to be rotated independently. You can link those together through a set-driven key or channel follower in the graph editor, but don't worry about that for now. All this environment light is doing is throwing basically this gradient at this object. So let's put our camera inside this window or inside this object, and we can see what's happening with the environment light as it throws light inside of the cube from the outside. Okay, I'm just going to position this here a little better. Okay, we'll take a look out the window. Let's take a look at it through the camera view so we can see we've got our other primitives in here still. Okay, T to transform or move the camera. Going outside there, so I'll have to readjust. All right, I am going to reduce the focal length on this so we get a little bit of a wider angle. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Let's put the area light that we had there before just to the side here, because we're going to use this as a portal light in a second. So I'm going to scoot it over to the other side, but we're going to leave it off for the moment so we can see the effect of it when it points through the window. So I'm going to just reshape this a little bit. And ideally, this should be pointing flat to the opening. For now, we'll just tuck it in here roughly. There we go. Okay, so it's still off currently. So we'll take a look at what this looks like through the camera view, VPR. Here you can see, we can see the background through the hole in the wall, but the light that's coming in here is not really doing much. Now, I don't believe I have radiosity on, so let's make sure that that's on. What they call it, global illumination now. Oh, it is on. So not really helping us out much. We can increase the amount of rays, but we're not getting a lot of bounce in here. It's not really going to do much for us. Kind of helps out a little bit by increasing the rays. We can go really overboard with this, put it to like 1,000, but we don't want to crush our computer with all that extra data. So the solution to that is let's take our environment light. We've got it set. Okay, we're going to put the inverse distance fall off on it, and we're going to enable it. Now we're going to use portal, and we can see that the portal light is now helping fill this area in. Let's go and set this to the default 3.14. Just turn that to white. And now you can see that it's picking up the values from the environment light in the background and helping to illuminate the inside of this. Let's change this to something else. Actually, we can disable it. And let's go to the environment light. And let's put an HDRI on here. Turn off global. Go add. Let's go image world or textured environment. I prefer using textured environment because I have some control over it. Make it on the y-axis. Let's go to an image map. Make sure it's spherical. And we're going to load an image. I think the Bluebird sunrise will work just fine. It's quite sizable, so it's going to take a second to come in. There we go. And now that background with the assist from the area light, which is being told to be used as a portal light, is helping to transmit the values of the HDRI through that window more accurately. Effectively, what's happening here is the area light is functioning as a concentrator of rays from this image that's being sent in towards the origin of the scene from the infinite dome that is the environment light. And it helps concentrate it so that it's not just 1, 2, 3 rays. It now becomes the location of the area light and its size. Just for visual purposes, let's make sure we can see it. So it's concentrating what it can see for image from the environment light and concentrating those rays based off of the portal light, which in this case is an area light, and it helps to basically reevaluate it. So it's not just a very, very large dome light, which is infinitely large, trying to broadcast all of that information or all that light into that small opening. We now get the assist from the portal light that helps throw additional rays at it, but still using the image coming from the environment light. So, and this is working with 32 samples. We drop this down, we'll probably get away with it very easily. This will also work with N-GON lights. So if we want to make sure that's set to portal and say, let's go 8. Doesn't really matter. It's going to work the same. Let's go back to the interior here. Let's turn normalize on. With the samples being dropped, let's go up to 16. Let's go to 32. That should clean up a little bit better. And I think we need to crank this up to 10 lux. It works quite well. Keep in mind that the scale of a light, the larger it is to cover that area, the more spread out it's going to be and the more noisy it's going to be. Let's go back to the area light and see the difference here. See if we can't scale this to optimize its size. Make sure it's set to portal. Probably throw it in there. All right, again, let's increase the value. In this case, area light seems to work that much better. But you can see even with the global illumination turned off, we've got something going on here that's working based off of the environment light and the area light working together. Let's turn GI back on here and turn on the environment light and see how much better it looks. That's just a brief explanation of what portal lights can do for you. This is just a demonstration and setup so you can see the effect. If you're working with uh, objects, so you've got a house or something similar to that, and you've got glass, it might be wise to take the glass, put it on a separate layer, and hide it from portal lights if you're going to use portal lights to illuminate a shot from the interior or for the interior from the outside. That way it doesn't have to ray trace through the glass. You can still use one, key light or whatever it might be to get the effect of refraction or whatever it might be that you're after. But for portal lights, if you want to use an HDRI on an environment light and have it contribute to the lighting inside of a home or a set piece, whatever it might be, even a car interior, and that would be the way to go about setting it up.